Magandang araw po mga kababayan. Ito po si Rinibay. Pag-usapan ho natin ngayon itong issue sa ating lipunan, lalo na dito sa debate nila ni Senator Pangilinan at saka ni Senator Cayetano, yung ganap kahapon na araw, Pizza 9, buwan ng Pebrero, diyan sa plenary, diyan sa atin sa Senado. So ito po mga kababayan, medyo mahaba-haba ito. Tungayan ho natin at bawat punto na may opinion ako, ibabato ko sa inyo kung ano ang nasa posisyon ko, anong pananaw ko patungkol doon sa pinag-usapan nila. At dito po, pakinggan natin dito mga kababayan dahil napakalinaw ang explanation dito ni Senator Cayetano. Doon pa, parang ang linikturan sila dyan sa Senado. Itong ginagawa ni Cayetano. Ito po, tunghayan natin mga kababayan. Di natin napatagalin dito na go, Mr. Senator Cayetano.
One of the principal authors and the distinguished gentleman from Pampanga and the rest of the Philippines.
Most willingly to our minority leader and the gentleman from Taguig and Pateros.
Yes. Thank you. Mr. President, with the permission of Senator Pangilinan, may I start by asking just some preliminary questions just to set the tone and the environment. Let me start by saying that the gentleman is a friend. He helped my sister a lot when she was the first time she ran for the Senate. In the last 10, 12 years, we have not agreed on many things on politics between me and the gentleman. Yet we have worked on many things together. Both of us had the privilege of being in the cabinet, him during as presidential advisor on agriculture, myself on the foreign affairs. But the most significant thing is that we are brothers in Christ, correct?
Amen.
Yes. So I take that as a yes, the amen. So as brothers in Christ, we both believe that Jeremiah 29:11 is true. When God said, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future," that refers to the Philippines, as it refers to other nations, correct?
That is correct.
Yes. And part of the future and hope that God is giving us is also to secure our territory. Am I correct there?
That is correct.
Yes. And also to secure the benefits of our sovereign rights.
That is correct, Mr. President.
And of course, kasama rin po doon yung responsibilities natin sa sovereign rights. For example, managing the ecosystem in the West Philippine Sea, South China Sea.
That is correct, Mr. President.
Mr. President, I know the answer to this, but let me ask it anyway. The gentleman from Pampanga, being from a city councilor to senator of this republic to a cabinet member, you do share the view that sending millions of Filipinos out of the Philippines because there's no work here is not sustainable. We have to come to a turning point where there are quality jobs in our country, correct?
That is correct, and I believe agriculture and fisheries modernization would be key to bringing our overseas Filipino workers back because that will be sustainable economic growth. Should we focus on agriculture and fisheries, Mr. President, as a path to modernization and sustainable economic growth?
Actually, the gentleman answered my follow-up question because my follow-up question was that precisely that I know his passion for agriculture. I think that's been a 15, 20, 25-year passion of the gentleman.
A decade and a half. About 15 years.
And of course, fisheries. Very, very much underestimated yung potential ng fisheries. Of course, we can expand that to sana bumalik yung manufacturing. Sana ang ating pong mga creative, no? Whether yung mga gumagawa ng games, whether po yung ating mga fashion designers, whether po yung ating visual artist or yung mga painters, sculptures, sana magkaroon ng break worldwide and that would also bring in the income and hopefully less sending of Filipinos abroad. Yes.
Yes, agreed.
So having said that, but while we do have more than 10 million Filipinos abroad, you do agree that it is our responsibility to look after their welfare. While they are there, the millions abroad, and I know the answer is obvious because the gentleman has also stood up, no, to protect and to defend our
That is correct, Mr. President.
OFWs now. And one way of protecting them is through diplomatic ties, correct?
Definitely, Mr.
Yes.
President.
So, Mr. President, would it be possible to have a problem with another country in one aspect of the relationship, but continue to grow your relationship on other aspects, no? So, for example, you have a dispute on trade, but in terms of migration, you have very good agreements. In terms of scholarships or people-to-people relations, maganda yan, di ba? So, pwede po ba yun? Pwede ho bang may alitan, may dispute tayo sa isang country, pero maganda pa rin ang relationship natin?
In other aspects, Mr. President, yes, that is possible. In fact, the issues, for example, of Japan and China, with respect to territorial disputes, is separate and distinct from their trade relations, Mr. President. So yes, these disputes can coincide with healthy relations in other aspects of trade, foreign exchange, cultural exchange, among others, Mr. President. That's correct.
So, Mr. President, these are all preliminary, and I hope you give me a little bit of latitude on it. But to go straight to the point, can we have good relationship with China despite our dispute in the West Philippine Sea and the South China Sea?
Up to a certain extent that, yes, definitely. We hope we could be able to distinguish between our territorial disputes as well as, for example, our desire for greater trade with China. Mr. President, we'd like to see something like that, yes.
So I thank you for your answer, and I think it is perfectly correct because we do have very, very good relationships with Malaysia and Vietnam, despite our dispute with them in the West Philippine Sea, the South China Sea. In fact, sa Malaysia, we have two disputes. We have dispute in the West Philippine Sea, but we also have dispute about Sabah.
That's correct.
No? Of course, they do not recognize that we do have a dispute regarding Sabah because as far as they're concerned, there was a UN referendum and that's done, di ba? So there can be a dispute despite the fact that the other side says walang dispute, tapos na to.
Well, yes, definitely.
Yes. So could it be possible, Mr. President, that marami sa atin pare-pareho ang stand? To simplify, atin to. Atin to. I will not go into the details that Senator Marcoleta went into or His Honor or others where you look at the legal basis of the different entitlements and territory. I think mahaba po yun. No? If you go to the Treaty of Paris, the amendments, the difference between territory and sovereign rights, mahaba yon. But would it be possible na pareho tayo ng stand, atin to, pero iba lang tayo ng approach kung paano ma-secure ang benefits ng atin ito?
Well, definitely, Mr. President, we are in a democracy. We can agree, but at the same time have differences in approaches, Mr. President. We can agree on a fundamental principle that the exclusive economic zone, for example, of the Philippines has been ruled upon. We can agree that the arbitral ruling is a victory for us. But we can also disagree in terms of how to move forward in approaching China with respect to other other considerations, Mr. Pro, other concerns.
Sir President, let's go a little bit to the arbitral ruling in a while. But thank you very much to the gentleman, to the principal author, Senator Kiko, especially Senator Bam, who we worked closely together in the previous Congress in the Rules Committee, yourself. We can disagree on language, on culture, on approach, maybe even strategy, but I don't want to go into strategy because the other countries are watching. No, Malaysia, Vietnam, China. We have a joint strategy with ASEAN, which is quite common knowledge, but then ang problema when we talk about strategy in public, nakikita din ng kabila. But I guess there'll be parts of it that we will nadadaanan natin, Your Honor. But if ever there's something deep about the strategy na dapat hindi in public, please just correct me, or I will state that I will not discuss on that matter because I don't think it will be in our interest to do so. But I want to dwell muna dun sa point that we can agree and disagree. We can love the Philippines, protect our territory, secure the victory under UNCLOS, under the arbitral ruling, under international law, but yet magkakampi tayo. Pero kasi tignan nyo tong article na to. Sabi po nung dating secretary ng Presidential Advisor on Political Affairs, hold the Chinadors accountable. So as far as he is concerned, anyone who did not sign the resolution is pro-China. I dare ask, do you agree, Your Honor?
I do not agree. In fact, I manifested when we sponsored the measure that the final determination of whether you are for or against the resolution is not in the being an introducer,
Yes.
but in voting whether for or against the resolution,
Yeah,
which
thank you.
comes after.
Thank you for that, Mr. President, with a little bit of modification. Because if the resolution was like the resolutions in the 19th Congress, that was explicit on the Philippine official stand, then we will be unanimous. But the resolution is on statements, not on our stand. That's where, personal ko to, this is not the whole minority. Yun ang gusto kong linawin. Ang resolution na to ay tungkol sa sagutan ng mga opisyal ng Pilipinas at ng top diplomat na nandito sa Pilipinas ng China. As far as I'm concerned, hindi to tungkol sa stand natin. But this is the incredible thing, Mr. President. I remember the time that I hanged out a lot with Senator Lacson. Doon ko natutunan na sa House kasi wala or iba yung terminology. Sa Senate meron OB, official business. So kung may session tayo, pero let's say may international conference, OB ka, official business, di ba? Or we don't allow hearings na kasabay nung plenary, but if there was something in Malacanang, between the House, the Senate, or the Judiciary, the Senate, Malacanang, pwede ka magpa-OB. But there is another kind of OB, yung opportunistang balimbing.
Liamas! Anyari! Ayun, may bago ka ng titulo. Ayun na, binigyan ka ng titulo ni ni Cayetano dito. Liamas, ano na? Opportunistang balimbing.
What do I mean by that? May I ask, Mr. President, honored gentleman, are you familiar with the stand of Secretary Llamas regarding the West Philippine Sea? It's okay if you're not. I'm just wondering if you're familiar.
I'm not familiar, Mr. President.
Ano, Kiko? Ikaw pa sibuno dyan sa mga resolusyon, tapos yung mga tanong ni Cayetano sa'yo, hindi ka familiar Ano yon? Ano, umpisahan na ba yung kanina para lang kayo, pag sa boxing pa ba, kantsahan pa ng kantsahan pa ng lakas. Ngayon nakadalawang jab na si Cayetano. Hindi mo pa rin alam Sige, tuloy, tuloy. Tuloy, Mr. Senator Cayetano.
Today, he is one of the most ardent voices, the most firm voice about confronting China. At yung hindi mag-confront sa China ay senador or pro-China. That's a funny thing.
Alam mo dito mga babayan ha, alam mo dito ha, bakit talaga nila ikukonek yung mga China, China, China? Dahil, alam mo dito mga babayan ha, pag hindi ka sangayon, pro-China ka. Alam mo dito mga kababayan ha, bakit pilit nila ditong ididikit China, China, laging China, China? Dahil iyon ay ididikit nila sa Duterte. Alam mo natin, kung napapanood niyo yung video ko nakaraan, yung video ni BP Sara patungulo sa impeachment niya, ano ang posisyon ni ni Risa Ontiveros? Diba? At saka alam mo natin, yung mga atake ng mga senadora na yun, yung mga atake ng official natin, pag ikaw parang kumabisa sa, parang pro-China ka na, naku po, maka-Duterte ka na. Sa totoo lang po ha. Kaya ito mga babayan, bakit pilit nilang ididikit ang China sa mga Duterte dahil yon? Ang gusto nila na sisirain natin ang China para mawala yung Duterte. Dito lang, yun lang pagkakaintindi ko dahil ilang ano ko na ito. Ilang panunood, basta China, China, China. Saan ka pa? Pilit nila na mamasamain itong China. Pero itong senador na pinapaliwanag na lang natin, binansagang pro-China. Pating si Marcolita, unang binansagang pro-China. Ito si Cayetano, ano na to? Pro-China na to. Tingnan natin yung mga yung mga post yung mga makalipas silang araw, mga post, ito magiging pro-China na to si si Cayetano. Dalawa na to sila si Marcolita. Bakit po? Alam mo natin si Cayetano, dikit yun sa Duterte. Si Marcolita, dikit sa Duterte. Diba? Ito natin makikita mga kababayan. At saka itong session nila nito mga kababayan, pinapanood to, international Nasa YouTube to pinopost. Tapos yung itong ginagamit pa natin na lingwahe, ilan lang, kukunti lang yung Filipino language natin. Kadalasan ginagamit nila is English language. Madali lang. May auto-caption itong YouTube. So, maintindihan nila mga kababayan. Kaya matindi ito mga labanan nila at saka ang kagandahan nito mga kababayan na maliban sa pinupuna natin sila, maliban sa may kuminto natin sila, may matutunan tayo kung ano talaga ang totoo. Napakaganda itong diskusyon ni Cayetano compare doon kay Marcolita. Si Marcolita sobra lang napaka-mahinahon talaga ni Marcolita. Talagang napakalalim itong mga termino na ginagamit. Pero ito talaga si Cayetano, ito talagang itong mga limans na mga term, yung maintindihan sa mga katulad natin na mga ordinaryong mamamayang Pilipino. Yun, palakpakan nun natin bago tayo magpatuloy.
Before the arbitral ruling was filed, he sought me out. Sabi niya, Alan, mali approach ni Pinoy. Dapat kinakausap ang mga Chinese. Kung gusto mo, iset up ko yung meeting between you and the Chinese ambassador. And he did. And then sabi niya sa akin, Alan, ang Chinese may ibang kultura. Kakausapin mo yan bilateral. Hindi pwedeng multilateral. Isasama natin ang kano, mapapahamak tayo. He told me that. He met me after the meeting with the Chinese ambassador. This was during the time of President Pinoy. I think in the arbitral award, if I'm not mistaken, Senator, you were still in the Senate, no? You were in the cabinet yet. Eh?
No, I was no longer.
You were already, yung award,
2016.
no, we filed
The award was
2012.
2016.
2012 yung standoff. Eh.
Yes.
So you were still in the Senate, no?
Yes, the first 3 years of my third term.
Yes. So I was minority leader noon. So by virtue of that, I was in the National Security Council. And Roland Llamas were looking for anyone and everyone who would listen to him to talk to whoever to convince President Pinoy not to file the arbitral case, not to go, and to have bilateral talks. So let me just mention, Mr. President, that what is seen in public, in Facebook, in vlogs, is very, very far from what is discussed in the halls of power and between professionals. I mean, here in Senate, we know where we disagree, we know where we will agree, diba? So for example, if you talk about divorce, we will know who is pro and anti. So yung pro, gusto niya mapasa yung batas na pwede ng divorce. Yung anti, ayaw. Meron naman pro-divorce, pero ayaw na no-fault divorce. Ibig sabihin, kailangan may grounds. So, masalimuot ang issues. No? Anong point ko doon, Mr. Chairman, Mr. President, dear Senator Pangilinan? A issue this complex, we should simplify so that people, especially students, would know that, we shouldn't be, dapat walang divide and rule, dapat hindi tayo magpabaya, dapat always tayo on guard. But is it productive na just because you don't agree on a certain point, siya pro-China, ikaw, diba? So let me ask you this question. Can you be pro-Philippines without being anti-China?
Well, that's a general proposition. So I will have to answer with a qualification, Mr. President.
That's okay, Mr. President.
Yes.
Ito naman, opinion lang naman natin dalawa.
It'll be difficult to be out and out pro-China, especially when it comes to policies that affect our national interest. So I will have to qualify that you can be pro-Philippines without being anti-China as a general proposition, but when a conflict arises, obviously, between China's interests and ours, then clearly we stand by the national interest.
So, meaning, Mr. President, it's like watching a basketball game between the Philippines and China. I'm pro-Philippines, and then in the game, of course, I will cheer for the Philippines, but I don't hate China. Diba? Pero dun sa specific interest natin, so for example, if I have to negotiate a trade deal, I will be pro-Philippines. Diba? Now, if it can be a win-win, why not? No? So ang point ko lang, Mr. President, unlike electoral politics, which is a zero-sum game, meaning if Senator Villanueva runs for mayor of Taguig and I run for mayor of Taguig, only one will win. But in diplomacy, it's not a zero-sum game. Diba? It's a continuous dialogue, continuous communication, and there are times that we shout at each other. There's time that you hate the situation. So I'm not even talking about being pro-China. So what I'm saying is that we deal with our problems with Vietnam, but we're pro-Philippines, but we're not anti-Vietnam.
Nabanggit ni ginoong minority leader yung basketball. In fact, ako may halimbawa, last Tuesday nung matapos yung aming balitaktakan ni Senator Marcoleta, yung nag-dinner kami sa Chinese restaurant. Hindi ng mga kasamahan ko. So ibig sabihin, kahit na ba tayo ay naninindigan at hindi tayo sumasang-ayon sa naging patakaran o yung mga bitiw na salita ng gobyerno ng China, paborito ko pa rin ang Chinese food.
Yes. So that's a good example because that's what I want to point out. Pareho tayo ng stand, atin to. Etong portions ng South
Ito, klarong-klaro ha. Dito mga kababayan, pinaklaro talaga ni Cayetano dito na wala talaga siya patungkol pag-claim sa ating karapatan dyan sa karagatan o ano ba dyan sa tinatawag natin na West Philippine Sea. Walang kontra dito sa Cayetano. Kahintulad din sa sinasabi ni Marcolita na wala siyang kontra dyan. Nais pa nga nilang patibayin. Ang punto dito na Cayetano mga kababayan na pwede tayo makipag-ayos. Hindi doon sa mga masamang mga pananalita. Doon sa depende nga kung anong gusto doon sa kabila sabayan natin dahil tayo makiusap, tayo makiayos. Yun ang punto dito ni Cayetano mga kababayan.
na territory natin. Ako, mas radical pa stand ko. Hindi lang yung 12 nautical miles. Yung nasa Treaty of Spanish, atin din yun. Hindi natin pwedeng basta't i-give up yun by international treaty. Diba? Some will disagree, some will agree. The Supreme Court case na final ni a brilliant man ni Professor Magallona, diba? Nasabi niya, sa UNCLOS, bumawas yung ating territory. But we're not here to discuss that now. We're discussing, number one, yung sagutan ng opisyales at nila. So I just want to point that out, Mr. President, Senator Pangilinan, because we don't want to be hitting each other kung pareho naman pala stand natin in terms of sovereign rights and sovereignty. Let it be oversimplified. Si Senator Amy, kapitbahay natin dalawa, co-owners tayo, may puno ng mangga sa gitna. Sabi ni Senator Amy, sa kanya yon. Sabi natin dalawa, sa atin yon. Tuwing nagbubunga, nag-aaway tayo. Ang problema, mas mayaman sa atin si Senator Amy. Ang problema, marami pong tangke, airplano, pati sa pera, pati sa diplomacy, sa abogado, mas marami si Senator Amy. So ako, ang stand ko, makipag-usap tayo kay Senator Amy. Ikaw ang stand mo, hindi, sinisigawan na tayo, makipagsigawan na tayo. So we have the same stand. Mr. President, let me just finish the sentence.
Yes, and I will clarify.
But ang pinag-uusapan natin, yung approach. Pero so far as saying na etong puno ng mangga ay atin, pareho tayo.
Pero hindi po nakikipagsigawan ang I would not
Example lang nga, example, halimbawa lang. Hindi naman sinasabi makipagsigawan, parang inahantulan lang, ihambing lang. Keks, ang babaw ng ano mo. Ay pakinggan mo muna ng maayos. Bihira naman to. Ito mga kababayan, alam mo yung parang lugi ka na doon sa sagutan at parang naramdaman mo na yung talo na ko rito eh. Mas marami tong baon kaysa akin. Nag-example lang. Ito nga parehas kayong senator eh. Si Amy Marcos. Pag andyan ba si Amy Marcos, mag-react ba si Amy Marcos? Ay, wala akong taga-digira, wala akong pangbagbakan dito. Bakit mo ginawa mong example? Walang... Ang stance ni Cayetano, pakiusapan ko lang. Para bang malinaw ba? Halimbawa, si China si ano eh. China si Amy. Tapos, yun ang posisyon ninyo ngayon. Anti-China ka. Tapos, itong si Cayetano nagiging pro-China. Dahil mahinahon siya. O, pagbigyan natin, hindi kayo nakipagsigawan, nakipag-ano ka lang, nakipagbardagulan ka na lang doon sa China. Pinaringgan mo ng mga masasamang mga mga ehemplo, masasamang mga propaganda. O, hindi mo sinisigawan. Gets mo na, Kicks?
Taken by this representation as nakikipagsigawan. In fact, maganda yung point ng minority leader, yung kanyang paghahambing na sila, ang China, maraming baril, maraming resources, maraming armamento, etc. At dahil nga doon, napakahalaga na ating isinusulong yung rule of law. At yung ating sandigan ay yung international law. Hindi natin maaring labanan ng puwersa ang China. We cannot fight.
Kicks, kaya nga iniiwasan yun. Kaya nga, kinumprunta ka ngayon ni Cayetano. Yun ang gusto niya, diplomasya. Pero ang tanong, yung ginawa ni Tarila, diplomasya ba yun? Abot tayo dyan mamaya.
Brute force. And that's why we are fighting in the area of the arbitrary ruling, the UNCLOS, the rule of law, international.
Yes. I will not disagree with you. When I said sigawan, it was in the context of magkapitbahay, etc. Because, Mr. President, President Aquino and President Duterte had very different approach. President Aquino, at a certain point, to be fair to him, at a certain point, may bilateral na pag-uusap. But after the standoff sa Scarborough, nagkaroon po ng, for lack of better word, we call it megaphone diplomacy. Di ba? Yung maingay sa media. But for the record, Mr. President, did we lose a single inch of territory or sovereign rights? Did we lose a single centavo during the Duterte administration?
Well, according to the Department of National Defense, because this was tackled during the interpellation last week, that despite the Duterte administration's positioning, the harassment did not stop. The water cannoning did not stop. And therefore,
Ang tanong, may nawawala ba dyan kahit isang square inch o isang sintabo? Ang layo ng sagot mo, Kicks. Nangyari sa'yo, Kicks. Parang defensive mo. Inunahan mo na yung inunahan mo na yung sagot. Pero hindi mo natamaan ang tanong ni Cayetano. May nabalitaan ka ba na may nawawala tayo kahit isang sintabo o isang square inch? Na karapatan natin dyan sa tinatawag natin na West Philippine Sea. Tapos ang sagot mo, may water cannon, water cannon. Ang layo, Kicks.
situation, Mr. President. Hindi naman tumigil yung paghaharas. Hindi rin tumigil yung pag-water cannon.
Mr. President,
Hindi yun. Wala yun. Hindi yun ang tanong ni Cayetano. May nawawala ba? Bira o.
that iibahin ko yun kasi ibang issue kung yung dispute was live at umaabot ba sa water cannon. Ang tinatanong ko, kasi during President Aquino's time, it's on the record, we lost control of Scarborough. We lost control. May miscalculations na nangyari.
Yun. Yun ikumpara. Hindi mo alam, Keks. Ngayon, Keks, alam mo na. Tuloy, Sin. Tuloy.
Of sending a Coast Guard ship, we sent a military ship, Navy, a gray ship, and then nagkaroon ng standoff and then kinontrol ng Chinese. So when President Duterte took over, that's what we had to deal with, the threats that it will further escalate. So from the time that President Duterte took over, June 30, 2016, until the time he left, June 30, 2022, did we lose a single feature, a single square inch? Did we lose a part of our territory? I think it's on the record, we did not.
Well, if we did not lose any, then we thank
Oh, palakpakan. Pasalamat ka. Ngayon, Keks. Alam mo na. Keks. Dito po kasi mga kababayan, no? Dito natin makikita ang inggit nila. Pag ayaw mo talaga, itong isang, kahit maganda yung ginagawa mo, hindi mo kayang babasahin yung mga data doon sa mga ginagawa. Yung gusto mo lang, isang side mo lang. Ay, ikaw nga, sa panahon ni Aquino, doon kayo Hindi mo ngayon alam yung mga kaganapan doon. So, ibig sabihin, hindi nyo binigyan ng seryosong atensyon sa panahon na yun dahil sinasabi mo wala namang sinasabi natin na pro-China. Kahit ilan pang, di ba dati, sinasabi mo, binubumban ng tubig. Hanggang sa panahon ni Duterte, binubumban ng tubig. Bakit wala rin kayong reklamo sa panahon ni Aquino na binubumban pa rin ng tubig? Di ba? Nagigit-gitan pa man din dyan sa tinatawag na West Philippines bakit ngayon iyak kayo ng iyak? Dahil gusto nyo ididikit doon sa Duterte. Di ba? Halata na yun. Chicks. Ngayon, alam mo na.
administration. But did we gain? Were we able to reverse the losses? I think not. Were we able to improve?
Walang sinasabi na yung nawawala dati ibabalik. Tinatanong ka lang, Nay Cayetano, kung may alam ka ba? Hindi sinasabi ni Cayetano, yung nawawala, yung tinatanong niya, may nawawala ba? May na tanggal ba dyan? Hindi sinasabing kaya bang ibalik. Tinatanong ka lang. Tapos ngayon, baliktad ka na, may babalik pa ba? Wala na nga Yun nga ang gusto sana na pagpatibayin pa para yung kiniklaim na atin mapatibay pa para maipaglaban natin ng maayos. Kami nga, Keks nga, nakikinig lang doon sa mga explanation dyan sa mga brilliant mind tulad lang kay Senator Cayetano at saka Senator Marcolita. Ako nga, pinakababa yung edukasyon ko. Naintindihan ko, ikaw pa kaya na abogado ka? Ito talaga mga kababayan ba? Pag inggit ka na sa isang tao, magiging sarado yung utak mo.
Trade, direct investments, etc. I would say not so, not as robust in terms of other countries. So therefore, may plus minus din po, Mr. President.
Kaya nga, in every administration, Keks, walang perfect. Walang Superman. Maliit lang tayo Galing tayo sa lugmok. Inaangat. Ang daming problema ng Pilipinas. At least meron na nagawa ang dating PRRD. Diba? Yun ang tatak Duterte. Kaya sa Duterte ayaw nyo dahil pro-China. Gonggong ka pala. Tuloy.
In two ways. first, I appeal to the records. We had more trade than during the Aquino administration. More bananas, other fruits were allowed into China. The tourism went up. First time in our history, lumaban yung dami ng Chinese versus dumami ng Japanese. And then yung hindi nakakapangisda, your staff, I have my support staff, you have your support staff, they can Google it. President Duterte announced that our fishermen can fish. Hindi lang pwede sa loob ng lagoon. And pati yon meron dahilan because spawning grounds yon eh. So hindi dapat mag-fish dun sa loob. Long story short, hindi nakakapag-fish nun. Did we gain? That is now the challenge of the Marcos administration. And that's why I have not commented whether I'm for or against, because his national security knows more of what's happening on the ground. And ongoing pa yung kanilang strategy. Do I hope that they will gain? I think there are some gains in the Scarborough. Of course, I hope that they will gain. Kaya nga ulit-ulitin ko. Pareho stand natin, atin to eh. Yung approach natin ang iba. And tayo, nakakapag-discuss tayo. I will agree with you or disagree. You will disagree with me. But I will not call you hypocrite, pro-China, anti-China, anti-Philippines, ganyan. Because precisely, you know, when I was in the Foreign Affairs Department, question ako ng Malaysian, Indonesian more of curiosity at Vietnamese. Bakit ganito yung strategy? Because nakikinabang sila sa strategy natin pag tayo maingay. But I got the shock of my life. Why? Because when I actually became Foreign Secretary, the funds from the United States for the South China Sea, mas malaki ang nakukuha ng Vietnam kaso sa Pilipinas. Ginera nila ang Vietnam, tinalo sila. Tayo, treaty ally, mas malaki. Ang before the administration of President Duterte, binigyan ng same kind of ship or seacraft ang Taiwan sa Pilipinas. Yung sa kanila may weapon system, may communication system, sa atin walang weapon system. So Mr. President, what I'm saying is that pareho tayo ng stand. Pareho natin mahal ang Pilipinas, pareho natin gustong makinabang ang bawat Pilipino, ang anak ng anak ng anak ng anak ng anak natin. You know, President Cory, in her visit to China, actually started the discussion on this. So it's not new, no? So if you have comment, Mr. President, then can I have just a few more preliminary? Go ahead, Mr. President.
Just very quickly on the Scarborough Shoal incident. Precisely because of the Scarborough Shoal incident, the Aquino administration proceeded to file the case before the International Tribunal a few years later. I think
Yes.
1 year or several months later. And we won, thankfully.
Yes.
And in that regard, we placed on record that the 9-dash line of China is illegal according to the UNCLOS, that they're setting up building destruction of the reefs and building artificial islands and runways was violative of our EEZ, and that alone gave us a strong footing. So strong in the sense that moving forward, several years later, about 60 countries have recognized the 2016 ruling
Yes.
that favored precisely the Philippine position and counting. So I'd like to think that yes, that incident in Scarborough was most unfortunate that it led to that. But because of that incident, we, as a smaller nation, decided that the way to addressing the challenge of a bigger nation, more powerful nation, is by way of the rule of law, by international law.
Yes, Mr. President. But there were many things that happened in between. One, we made the mistake of sending a gray ship. Number two, if the records I read is correct, we made the mistake of relying on back channeling and an alleged, until now, walang confirmation o denial kung totoong nag-mediate
Oh, dati mga kababayan, naalala nyo? Sinong nagbabak channeling dyan? Di ba kung naalala nyo? Isang senador na sinita din ni dating yumaong Enrile. Alam nyo po, si Trillanes. Di ba? May mga illegal din silang mga ginagawa mga kababayan. Ito ang gusto, itong sinasabi nila ng mga pro-China. Ito, bansagan na tong pro-China, unahan na natin ito unahan na natin to. Dahil bansagan na tong pro-China si Cayetano. At saka si Marcolita. Bakit itong si Trillanes ngayon? Yung maingay na maingay, nahabol doon sa mga Duterte. Hindi naman lang binansagang pro-China. Yung mahilig dati sa back-channeling Pumunta na China, hindi nagpaalam dyan sa Senate, President. Dahil hindi na daw kailangan. Bypass na niya dahil utos daw ng amo niya, Presidente. Tapos, ngayon, bakit niyo isasama to? Nangialam naman to lagi si Trillanes Dito natin makikita mga kababayan. Selective lang, pipiliin na nila yung alam mo natin. Lalo na ngayon, nakaambang na itong impeachment ni BP Sara. Kailangan nila i-kondisyon yung utak mga tao. Tingnan nyo, mga Duterte, tingnan nyo. Ito ang makasapat sa mga Duterte, di ba? Tingnan nyo. Tapos kababayan, itong mga anti-Duterte, baka siguro sa pagkain nila doon, makikita ng pagkain, instead na magdarasal siguro sila, mauuna nilang pag-isip, sana yung mga Duterte. Pati pagtulog, bago matulog, yung nasa isip na Duterte, pro-China. Pag-ising, Duterte, pro-China. Ito nangyari, pati yung mga senador dito Pati yung senador, ang daming mga gagandang usapan na tutukan sana na nakakatulong sa ekonomiya. Lalong, anong nangyari sa ekonomiya natin? Lalong babagsak. Idaan lang natin sa tawa dito mga kababayan. Kahit nahirapan na tayo. Gawa ng mga mambabatas na makasama nila dito ni Cayetano. Ilan lang silang matitino Sabihin ko lang, ilan lang silang matitinong mga mambabatas na gusto tanan nilang iangat yung buhay ng mga tao. Pero anong ginagawa nila? Itong mga ibang kasama dito, lalin na ito sa mayoriya. Yung tinututukan nila, ibagsak yung Duterte. Ito namang mga pro-Philippines, pro-Duterte. Gusto nila angat yung pamumuhay ng sambayan ng Pilipino. Itong nasa mayoriya, iangat yung personal na interest nila. Tawanan lang natin sila. Wala tayong magagawa dyan. Kundi tumawa lang tayo doon sa kagaguhan nila mga kababayan. Tuloy, Mr. Cayetano.
Pag umalis yung ships nyo, aalis din yung Chinese ships. Umalis yung ship natin, hindi umalis yung Chinese ship. So I leave that to history to judge. But one question on the arbitral ruling. Is it a total victory o meron din parts na nagka-problema tayo?
Yun, nagka-problema. Dahil pag sabi na alis, umalis din. Yung China hindi umalis. Naunahan ka kung wala namang umaalipusta doon sa dati. Alam mo mga kababayan, Dito lang natin makikita na kahit anong gawin nila na yung mga tao na ayaw nila, na gusto naman ng sambayan ng Pilipino, nais nilang ididiin. Wala naman tong ibang patutunguhan dito, mga kababayan. Itong ginagawa nitong matching nito, na resolusyon na para suportahan itong posisyon ni Tariela, walang kabuluhan eh. Pero pilit nila. Para saan? Para ididikit. Idagdag doon sa isyo. Sa China. Kaya, Keks, sala tuloy.
Well, there is this concern that which was already raised previously that because the Kalayaan group of islands is not within the EEZ rather, then it creates some questions regarding our sovereign rights and sovereignty over the KIG. But it can be argued that in the same way, for example, Guam is not.
Dito lang ay adlib ko lang to, sovereignty. Yung laging lumalabas si bibig nyo, soberenya. Itong dagat, itong tubig, itong isla na nakadikit doon sa lupa, nakatapat sa dagat doon. Lagi mong i-claim, amin yun. Pero ang presidente namin, kahit hindi mo presidente yun, Keks, saan? Saan nyo dinala? Saan nyo dinala? Kita tadi kung saan nyo dinala? Soberenya. Property, lupa. Ito nga, Pilipino. Buhay ng Pilipino. Pero dinala nyo saan? Idaan ko lang to sa tawa itong galit ko eh. Ito mga kababayan, kung gusto ko lang may kapangyarihan ako, bawat salita itong sovereignty, itong mga ay nayupak nito, sana umusok yung bibig, umaapoy yung bibig. Para unti-unti na silang masunog.
Of the United States, it is still U.S. territory.
Medyo exhaustive naman po ang inyong talakayan ni Senator Marcoleta. I'll just try to summarize it in one line. Yung nangyari kasi doon, claim natin na China cannot claim a group of features as one unit that what's the right word, that generates entitlements and rights, di ba? But tayo, claim natin yung KIG as a group. That's why last minute lang nalaman nung lawyer natin. So, but as I said, exhaustive kayo. But maraming hindi nakakaalam, and I think this is where it's upsetting to scholars. Because I got the shock of my life. Before I went to DFA, I attended seminars, international seminars. Ito yung mga track 2, mga professors. At tinanong nga ako ng isang professor, "Sir, did you win the arbitral award?" Of course, sagot ko yes, but I knew it was sort of a trick question. So he asked me, "Sa Scarborough Shoal, didn't you used to arrest Chinese fishermen?" "Yes." "Oh, didn't you used to arrest Vietnamese fishermen?" "Yes." "O ano ba ang sinabi sa award?" Sabi sa award, "It is recognized as traditional fishing ground of all three, Chinese, Filipinos, Vietnamese." So ngayon hindi na natin sila pwedeng arestuhin. So hindi rin totoo na parang Biblia, as far as we are Christians is concerned, that every part of the Bible is true. May mga naging kahinaan din itong agad-agad natin pagpunta sa arbitral ruling. Kaya in resetting our problem in Scarborough Shoal, hindi na natin mababalik sa before Pinoy's time or before the standoff because stop na tayo nung ruling sa arbitral court.
But in the conceding that may be the case in terms of us arresting other fishers from other nations, the fact that there was a recognition that these are traditional fishing grounds for all means that China is now doing illegal acts by water cannoning our fisher folk who are in the area, Mr. President. So in that regard,
Mr. President, that was clear even before. But before, pwede natin sila arestuhin. Ngayon, hindi na natin sila pwedeng arestuhin. Dati, pag i-easy natin, kailangan nila ng fisheries agreement. Kung hindi, pwede natin silang arestuhin. Parang Papua New Guinea. Sa ngayon, doon na tayo kumukuha. Not all, but tuna, kumukuha tayo sa EEZ nila, pero may fishing agreement. Sa ibang parts ng EEZ natin, we can still arrest,
Yes.
but not in Scarborough. But that's not my point. My point is, we can discuss soberly as patriotic Filipinos how to navigate this and secure our territory and also benefit from all of this, from our sovereign rights, di ba? Without saying you're pro-China, you're anti-China, Chinador ka, etc. No? And the funny thing is, Mr. Llamas was correct on that point. Because sinasabi niya, hindi man pinag-aralan lahat, iba-iba yan. Iba yung stand natin sa Ayungin, iba stand natin sa KIG, kay Don. Kaya lang ngayon, biglang balimbing na, biglang totally.
Ito si Llamas, political analyst to pero nagiging vlogger. Kaya naging balimbing. Naging balimbing, naging vlogger kasi.
Philippines, no? Mr. President, who was the first to start reclaiming in the South China Sea?
At least from the Philippine
What country, Mr. President?
You're from the DFA. Yes, our DND resource person says that it was Malaysia
Okay.
that started claiming. No?
Okay. And of the claimant countries, sinong pinaka-aggressive?
Of the claimant countries.
I'm not talking about 1
China,
month, 1
China,
year.
of
In the
course.
last 20 years, China.
Yes.
Okay. Sino pinaka-maraming reclamation?
China. As of today, Vietnam, according to the DND, Mr. President.
What country offered the United States not to militarize the reclamations, etc.?
Actually, Philippines was the first. President Ramos was the first to say not to militarize that.
Ramos.
Yeah, before.
Yes, according to our resource person, it was President Ramos who first
Okay.
requested not to militarize the area. Mr.
Okay.
President.
Not bad yung taga-DND, sir. You got 1 out of 4 questions correct.
Mhm.
Not bad. The first to reclaim was Vietnam. The most aggressive to reclaim and most islands is Vietnam.
Yes, that's correct.
The most aggressive is Vietnam. The country to first propose to President Obama not to militarize na hindi tinanggap ng American government is China. President Xi was still vice president there. It's recorded in many, many books. I recommend you read yung kay Mahubani, a great diplomat, a great professor of the Lee Kuan Yew School of Government. No? Instead of saying yes, they continued to send their Navy ships because of the freedom of navigation. And China reacted the same way that US reacted to missiles on Cuba. No? So the next question, Mr. President, inside our EEZ, sino ang pinakamaraming reclamation?
Right now, it is, as I made to understand, it is Vietnam.
Bakit wala tayong reklamo sa Vietnam na napakarami palang reclamation na ginagawa?
Pangalawa,
Again, according to our DND resource person, China is the second.
Okay. Mali po, it's Malaysia. So, tama ako, mali.
Malaysia. Tama siya. Oh, bakit walang nagreklamo sa Malaysia? Bakit ang reklamo puro sa China?
Kasi,
Kicks. Kapit kicks. Parang laglag ka na ata eh. Paano ano to? Kita mo mga kababayan, pag yung sa boxing pa, yung sa tindi ng tama ng suntok eh, parang naano ka na eh, nahihilo ka na eh. Hahawa ka na sa ring. Tingnan mo si Senator Kiko, humawak lang sa ano eh, Branilia. Nahihilo na. Ilang jab na ni ano, ilang jab na, jab lang ni ano, ni Cayetano eh, parang sapul eh. Nakakahilo talaga.
Malaysia has 5. Well, if he considers the one by Taiwan because of the one China policy, then tied ang Malaysia at saka China. May I know if militarized etong mga nireclaim ng Vietnam at saka ng Malaysia?
Kung naglalagay ng militar. Yung sa Vietnam din, pero militar.
Yes, according to our resource persons in Vietnam, there are military personnel and officers. And
So
officials.
military personnel lang naman, but hindi militarized.
Well, yes, he not in the context or not. Yes, not in the relative to.
Okay. Ang Malaysia po.
Sir, may militar and then they also pay civilianized island.
Similar. They have the military, but they also have civilianized islands, Mr. President.
Dito mga kababayan na makikita no natin. Ang gusto dito nga ni ni Kiko magbutuhan na pabor doon sa gusto nilang resolusyon. Hindi niya akalain na may babara sa kanila may mag-explain. Bago bumuto, nag-explain muna, ito, paliwanag muna. Ito ang nangyari kay Cayetano. Kaya nagmukhang estudyante ito si Nagmukhang estudyante si tawag nito. Si Kiko Pangilinan. Alam mo yung estudyante, hindi man ako nakaranas ng kolehiyo yung magdepensa doon sa bang tawag doon? Yung thesis mo. May thesis kayo. Halimbawa, may isa kang proyekto na gagawin mo. Kailangan mo ipaliwanag. Ito, nagtatanong si Cayetano, walang maipaliwanag Iba kasi yung yung nakikichismis ka lang. Tapos hindi ka pala nagbabasa. Ito, wala problema sa atin. Hindi naman tayo researcher Nakikinood man lang tayo. Habang nakikinood tayo, may natutunan tayo doon sa pinapanood natin. At saka nabukas yung isip natin, ano pala yung stand dito ni Kiko at ano yung stand dito ni Cayetano. At dito makikita natin mga kababayan na marami parang mali. Kaya alaganin ito, magbitaw itong sila si Senator Marcolita. Kaya binansagan ng pro-China. Tama naman pala yung posisyon nila. Dahil pag bara-bara, pag itong mga utak nitong mga kuluho nito, tawagin ko na lang na kuluho, pag sinabayan natin ito, wala tayo mapapala na maganda. Maganda yung mapapala natin, kundi abutin tayo ng trahedya. Abutin tayo ng human calamity. Anong tawag dyan? Pagigirahin tayo, ano bang panlaban natin? Hindi lang bala, gigirahin lang tayo ng ekonomiya. Huwag na tayong padala do, huwag na tayong padala ng supply ng produkto sa Pilipinas. Bahala na sila, pag marami silang pera, gulayin nila yung pera nila, wala na kayong mabibili. O ano magagawa natin? Yung batas dyan natin, itong mga dyan sa, kahit isama pa yung konstitusyon natin, sabawin natin, mabubuhay ba tayo dyan? Ipaglaban natin ang atin, ipaglaban natin karapatan. Yung ipaglaban mong karapatan doon, makakain mo ba yon? Bara-bara, pwede man natin makuha yon. Kaya ang gusto dito na ikita, yung diplomasya, yung napakagandang usapan, kahit tulad nga sa boxing, kahit magkalaban kayo, bago kayo maglaban, saan yung tama? Pareha kayong nagsuntukan. May limit Huwag susuntok dito, below the belt. Huwag dyan, hindi kasama dyan. Halimbawa, matamaan mo, violation yon. Diba? Kaya sa anong laro, sa anong sports, may mga rule. Ito pa kaya hindi pwede bara-bara. Kicks. Hindi pwede bara-bara kicks. Kaya kapit ka lang dyan.
Isa pictures.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mr. President, I'm looking for the pictures but I don't know kung hindi lang authorized ang representative nyo sa DND. Ang features ng Vietnam at Malaysia are may missile silos, may military ships, may radars. I showed it already in this session hall. So hindi totoo na hindi militarized ang Vietnam at saka ang Malaysian features. I'm trying to look for the pictures. Is it there? Yeah, that one. Can you show that, please? Nasa part 2. Mr. President, during the time of President Duterte, while they're readying the pictures, parating inuulit-ulit ni Justice Carpio, pag hindi ka nag-protest, malulusaw, I don't know his exact term, pero maapektuhan daw claim natin. Did you hear that noise during the time?
I may have picked it up, Mr. President.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm not sure exactly when he
Yes,
said that. But there were a number of times.
he together with many advocates kept on saying, whether I was foreign minister doon o hindi, na pagka hindi ka nag-protest, parang sa atin sa domestic law, di ba, na parang pag 30 years, yung lupa, walang titulo, uninterrupted, walang nagclaim, nagkakaroon ng laches o na-estoppel ka. Is there a personnel from DFA here?
Yes.
Yes. Maybe we'd like
He
to get...
probably used to work for you.
Yeah. So let me ask that question. Is the principle of estoppel or of laches applicable to what we are contesting or what we are fighting for in the South China Sea? So tama ba si Justice Carpio na pag hindi tayo nag-protest, mawawala yan?
So as a general principle, the resource person says yes. Laches may, over time, affect our claims,
Yeah.
Mr. President.
Maybe we have to correct that, Mr. President. Napakadelikado ng statement na yon. Alam niyo bakit? Kasi nung panahon ni President Aquino and even during the Duterte time, we did not protest Vietnam and Malaysia. So kung tama yung sinasabi ni Justice Carpio, wala na tayong claim sa sa 38 features ng China na clinic-claim nila, ang nasa loob ng EEZ natin 4, sa 24 na clinic-claim ng Vietnam, nasa EEZ natin 11, tapos yung Malaysia may 5, Taiwan, yung Ito Island, nasa loob, hindi natin pre-notice yun, Mr. President.
So, ano ibig sabihin? Wala na pala yun? Pag yun na pagbabasihan, base ni Carpio doon, pag yun na pagbabasihan, totoo naman pala. Pag hindi ka mag-ingay, hindi ka nagprotesta, mawawalan ka. So wala tayong protesta doon sa binabanggit kanina ni Cayetano. Ang dami pala, halos kalahati, 11. Out of 24, 11 sa atin. May 5 sa atin. Wala tayong protesta ang ginagawa. Wala na pala yun. Kung susundin yung sinasabi ha,
Spell that malicious political statement because it is not a legal proposition. Wala sa UNCLOS ang laches at saka estoppel.
oh, biro mo? Biro mo? Naghamon pa naman tong debate si Carpio kay Marcolita. Dito pa lang, talo na pala. Inunahan na natin. Ay, nako, sige, tuloy sin.
Ang iba yung law of the sea sa law of land. Sa land, pag walang titulo, tapos si SecGen, lalo kung yung titulo, yung lupa na yun ay nasa Batangas, and meron siyang constituent na nandun 30 years, may tax deck siya, walang nagclaim, uninterrupted, pwedeng tituluhan, pag biglang ako, kapitbahay niya, 1 year later sabihin, akin yan, hindi na pwede. May estoppel na may latches na Hindi totoo yun sa law of the seas. Kahit 1,000 taon, kahit bumangon yung mga mummies at dun sa mga pyramid sa Egypt.
Wag naman. Dito ha. Dito natin makikita kung paano sinasaliksik dito ni Senator Cayetano. Iba kasi yung matalino at saka yung magtalino-talinuan lang. At saka open naman sana dahil pareha silang abogado Abogado to isa, si Pangilinan At saka kagandahan dito ni during sa Duterte administration, nagiging DFA secretary to si Cayetano. So, may alam to Inaaral niya yung trabaho niya. Kaya dito talaga, wala talagang kalaban-laban itong kabila. Kahit ano naman ang sasabihin niya, may lusot talaga ito dahil may mga alam si Cayetano na hindi alam ni Kiko Pangilinan. At dapat magpasalamat dito si Kiko Pangilinan dahil pag hindi pa si Cayetano yung kinakaharap niya, wala siyang alam. Biran man doon.
No, Mr. President. I mean, we don't have to debate it today, courtesy if the DFA wants to answer that. But if that is their answer, and that wasn't their answer to me when I was secretary, because I asked everyone in DFA, I asked them, kung tama si Justice Carpio at hindi nag-protest during the time of President Aquino, we will file the protest now. Sabi, sir, hindi kailangan. At saka sir, pag nag-protest ka sa Vietnam at Malaysia, tayo magkakampi ngayon kasi mas malaki ang China. Tayo sa ASEAN ang nag-uusap-usap. So hindi naman pwedeng iba yung rule sa China, iba yung rule sa Malaysia at Vietnam. In terms of legal, Mr. President.
In terms of legal, that's correct.
In approach,
In terms of realities,
yes,
we do have
in
to
certain realities, like for example, the water cannons, di ba?
Yes.
Yes. So Mr. President, eto example, Hison Reef. My eyes isn't as good as it used to be, but
Malaki yung mata nung makikita niya yung
I read
isa.
the radar, I see the battle tank. Go to the next slides para lang makita. Eto, Bailang K. So makikita nyo po dyan, meron pong bunker, meron pong gun shelter, meron pong open, ayan, may battle tank, may lighthouse, may speedboats, may pier. Next slide. the Sincoe East Reef, if I'm pronouncing it right, ha? Meron tong 3-sweep twisted blade turbine for power. May battle tank. May 12.7 mm HMG. Concrete bunkers. At the time I got this and President Duterte allowed me to show it, ongoing pa yung construction nila. Next, Vietnam, Pugad Island. Sa Pugad Island, may battle tank, may anti-aircraft artillery. So let me ask the DND representative, through of course you gentleman. Ang mga
Dito ha, makikita mga kababayan, itong mga karating bansa natin, itong Vietnam, Malaysia, itong pinakita nito ha. Ito mga island na kiniklaim nila, tinatayuan nila ng mga ganyan na mga infrastructure. Pero yung sa atin, kawawa tayo doon. May mga barangay tayo na sakop ng Palawan na pinakamalapit pa yung natin. Napakahirap ang katayuan ng mga Pilipino din doon. Wala tayong ganire. Ang sa atin lang ingaw-ngaw. Malaki yung ngaw-ngaw. Wala tayong ginawa. Gusto lang atin. Wala man tayong tinayong atin. Maliban lang doon sa anong tawag yung barko noon natin na pinasadsa doon sa Bahura para hindi na makuha. Para hindi na mapalayas. O diba? Yun lang ang atin ha. Tapos ngayon, ngaw tayo pa ang mas matapang. Kaya tama na itong ginawa ni Gatano, pinapaliwanag. At least dito makikita nila oh. Ito hindi lang siguro sinasabi ni Gatano dito oh. Ito oh, mayroon sila tayo wala. Ngaw lang sa atin. Ilan ang claim natin sa Vietnam? Ito, ilan ang sa kanila sa loob ng 24? 11 ang atin? Kahit isa wala man na tayong ganyan? Wala man lang maipakita? Laway lang atin, laway lang. Ngawa. Kaya pang matapang. Para tayong aso na duwag. Magaling lang tumahol, hindi marunong kumagat. Wala namang ipin. O, di ba? Ang kinina atin dahil sa salitang soberenya, soberenya ng Pilipinas. Ano may pagkasasabi yun? Atin na yun, soberenya. Kiniklaim yung mga isla-isla dyan, yung mga bahura dyan nasa ilalim ng dagat. Ulitin ko, anong ginagawa nila kay PRRD? Pilipino yun, tao yun, may buhay, may puso, may ginagawa sa Pilipinas. Saan nila dinala? Doon sa malayo. Tumawa ko dyan. Pero galit ako.
Helicopters or Coast Guard dumidikit sa mga island ng occupied ng Vietnam.
Hindi tayo dumidikit. Hindi daw tayo dumidikit.
Yes. And that is why walang water cannon.
O yun. Sino bang bubumbahan na wala naman talaga doong dumidikit? Walang kabumbahan. Totoo naman. Diba? Tama dito si Gatano mga kababayan. Kaya ngayon lang nalalaman natin ano talaga ang katayuan nating Pilipino. Ano talaga ang katayuan ng Pilipinas doon sa mga lugar na kiniklaim natin. May ginagawa ba tayo? Kumbaga dito pa lang sa lupain. Kiniklaim mo, akin yung lupa na yun, akin yung lupa yun. Pero ang nakalagay doon, mga damo-damo na lang, wala ka namang itinanim kahit isang puno ng niyog na nagpapatunay na ikaw ang nagtanim dyan. Na may napapatunay na may tinanim ka. May masasabi ka, totoong sa akin yun. Dahil may 4 na puno ng niyog na tinanim ko yun. Isa sa silangan sa kanluran. Timog at sa kahilaga. At least mayroon man lang tayong masabi. Wala eh. Halimbawa, nasa ilalim ng dagat yon. Yung bahura na yon. Sabihin natin, kahit nakapag lagay ka man lang ng buya, ng marker, may marker ako dyan na pink, may marker ako dyan na wala eh. Pero ito, karating natin bansa na may claim din sila na tinatayuan ng infrastruktura. Military base. Sa atin, yung pinasadsad lang natin ang barko natin. Tapos yung mga military personnel natin doon, naghihirap doon. Minsan nga kapos sa inuming tubig, kapos sa pagkain. Bihira Dapat sana mo'y pagtuunan ng pansin. Ano bang katayuan ng ating mga nagbabantay sa tinatawag natin na soberenya natin? Tinatawag natin na atin doon. Ano bang ginagawa natin? Ano bang suporta ng mga senador na imumunito natin na kailangan hindi sila magutom, kumpleto sila doon. Pagkain, vitamins, pananamit, baka giniginaw na sila sobrang init ba doon? Di ba? Meron ba? Pag meron, ibabalita mo naman. Dahil baka mali lang yung nasa isip ko.
Hindi natin napapanood sa balita yung "you are in Vietnamese territory, move out." Because iniiwasan natin yung sa Malaysia at Vietnam. That's not the only reason, Mr. President. Kasi nga, hindi iniwasan ng China ang Sierra Madre. Sila mali doon, tama tayo doon. I don't contest that. This is my point, Mr. President. We're not being totally truthful to the Filipino people of what's happening sa West Philippine Sea, South China Sea. And as we strengthen to face China, Malaysia and Vietnam are also strengthening. I don't know if the resource person from DND has the information how many submarines does Vietnam have?
In the area? There are a number.
Yes.
Of,
And how many does Malaysia have?
also, there are,
I'm sorry, sir. I know you don't have it offhand, but enough to say na marami. How many Philippines has? Except, hindi kasama yung kay Chabit na submarine na ginagamit niya sa Ilocos, ha? How many submarines does the Philippines have?
according to the DND, we have no submarines,
Okay.
Mr. President.
Wala pala eh. Wala pala ang gobyerno. Bakit mayroon si Chabit? Dito natin makita mga kababayan, tayo mga Pilipino pinagmalaki ko naman maging Pilipino pero itong kayabangan natin minsan, itong mga politiko natin na mga ngawa, yabang ng yabang, wala man tayong ibubuga, nagtatapang-tapangan pa. Kaya tama itong posisyon dito ni Cayetano mga kababayan. Dahil pagpapanoorin natin ito hanggang dulo, ang punto dito ni Cayetano na maging mahinahon tayo sa pakikiusap. Nga hindi kahit may mga claim tayo, may alitan tayo sa ibang bagay, pero yung mga ibang bagay na nakakatulong sa atin, ingatan natin. Kaya itong posisyon dito ni Cayetano, itong mga isang ganap, itong sinasabi, maliit na bagay sana itong sinasabi ni Tariela, na ito naman ang pakay nila na susuportahan itong sinasabi ni Tariela, ginagawa nila ang resolusyon bilang isang suporta na gusto nito ni Kiko nga sang-ayunan. Hindi pwede. Dahil pag sang-ayunan ito, magiging ng resolusyon ito, magiging opisyal na pahayag. Napakahirap doon, napakadelikado. Yun ang iniingatan ni Cayetano na ingatan natin yon. Huwag tayong padalos-dalos. Dahil nakakasama din yon. Una, itong nang nagtatrabaho doon, halimbawa pauwiin, hindi na tayo supplyan ng mga produkto na galing sa China. Yun ang ikabubuhay natin sa ating ekonomiya. Ang daming mga komersyante, mga negosyante na doon na sa China kumukuha ng mga produkto para ibinta dyan sa atin sa Pilipinas. Maliban dyan sa pagkain. O ano na ngayon? Na wala man ng ibang malapit na bansa na malakas ang production nila na makapag-supply sa atin. Alangan, kuha tayo sa Amerika, kuha tayo sa Europa, napakamahal. At saka iba yung produkto nila doon, hindi natin nakasanayan. Alam mo natin na ang China, pagkain ng China, na-adapt natin ng mga Pilipino, parehas lang. Itong ginagawa nila, itong mga si Kiko, ako po, sa panahon ni Aquino, dikit sa China din yun. Diba, panig sa China? Ngayon, sumasakay sila sa isyo, sa administrasyon ngayon, himutpuit din ito, ibalimbing. Parehas lang ito nung posisyon ni Llamas. At hanggang dito lang po mga kababayan. Salamat po. Magandang araw, magandang gabi sa ating lahat. Kung saan dako mga isa mundo, ito po si Rene Bay. Thank you. See you sa next natin ng mga video.